Very interesting Fox article that we need to talk about. The headline reads, and I quote, "Sorry, boomers, your kids don't want your beloved China." And so this
That's
was
mean to
very
China, so
interesting.
mean. So mean to
Well,
China.
it's so interesting because I just what you accumulate as an adult
Right, you
is
do.
so out of control. And so when you think about it, and happily I have not had to deal with this, and I hope I don't have to for many, 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 many years. But I know it's something that my parents, for example, have been very proactive about. They've, made all their arrangements, like when it comes to what happens when they pass away. And then also with regard to like just the stuff, my mom has made it clear, just don't worry yourself about it. Like throw away things. Don't feel like you have to keep everything because there's some sort of sentimental attachment. But I do feel like that. I'm not a hoarder, but like when it comes to stuff that has been in my parents' home forever, I'm going to want like every last thing. My
Are
sister
you
and I
you
both.
you really you're gonna want every last thing? Yeah, because there I would imagine there's a lot of, like, when I say cool heirloom stuff, it's not heirloom stuff, but it's stuff that you use, like, during family, holidays and things like that,
Yes,
and you're like, "Oh my god, I need that," and then you need to carry on that tradition in your home.
for
So there's
sure.
stuff like that, like, because I know you talk about, like, different traditions that you do at Christmas time where you pass plates around and crap, like your cake plate or something, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. My
Like, you
sister and I will fight over that thing because
right.
it's not made anymore, and it's such a meaningful part of all of our
Yeah,
celebrations.
like, you talk about different traditions that are super important to your family, and so I'm like, "Okay, well, that makes sense." Like,
Mhm.
for my mom, because my dad passed away and, like, he's like, "I hate you, so we're not." so so my dad hated me. So he
And
did
if you
so
guys have not listened to
they
that podcast,
so
she tells the whole story about the
right.
dysfunctional family. You should check that
I have
out.
a completely dysfunctional family, so my dad, like, didn't leave me anything or my daughter anything, so but with my mom, I mean, I would imagine my mom, because she'll talk about it once in a while, but, I just want sentimental stuff, one thing I didn't get from her parents or even from my dad's parents, I don't have anything from them, and the one thing I did get from my mom's mom that is super important and special to me is her Bible.
Mm.
I got her Bible, and it has writing in it from her. It has, things that she clipped out from the newspaper, during her life that she put in there, and I that is super. I mean, she just wrote random things in her Bible, and, like, that I just love that. Like, that to me is the kind of stuff that needs to be passed down. Like, that is I don't care about stuff. I don't care about China. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. I want stuff that's written. I want stuff
Yeah.
that smells like them. I want stuff that just is the essence of that person. That's what I would want. And I don't have anything like from like my paternal grandparents, which would have been kind of cool because my dad's mom was actually pretty awesome. Um, so, I would imagine she's probably
Well,
kicking his
the
butt in heaven right now too, but but she was pretty awesome. I would have loved something tangible of hers, like maybe a piece of jewelry or something, not because it's valuable, but because she wore it, you know what I
right.
mean? So that's the kind of stuff, but I don't want a bunch of stuff because 'cause I'm not
Well,
a
that's the thing.
hoarder.
So
Yeah.
so the article is about the fact that, there's older people who have, like, china that they've had in their family, that maybe it
Yeah.
was their wedding china, and they've had it for 60 plus
Mhm.
years. And so they want to pass that to their kids, and the kids are like, "We've never even eaten on this china. Like, you've had it in a china cabinet for
Right.
your whole life. We've
Right.
never even had a meal on it because it's always
Yeah.
been put away." So that's the kind of stuff that kids don't have, or that, millennials who are now inheriting whatever belongings their parents had, they're just like, I don't want this. And then it's like, the parents who may still be alive who are like, I'm wanting to pass this on to you, are getting hurt by the kids who are like, I don't want that. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting article. Now for me, like, because my parents live so far away, and I just think about everything in their home that's so
Yeah.
familiar. um and but I know, like, when it gets down to it, like, for example, my dad has saved, and I remember them from my childhood, like a hugely original set of Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and I used to use them for book reports when I was
Right.
in elementary school.
Oh my, I can't
Then
believe he
I
saved
also think,
those.
"Oh, yeah, he's got them." But then I also think, like, what am I gonna do with an entire giant set of Encyclopedia Britannicas? He has a Polish set of encyclopedia.
Oh
I
my
can't read I don't know what I could possibly do with them, but everything in their house has meaning to me because it's theirs. And
right.
so, maybe there's gonna be some Tupperware or whatever that I'll throw out, but, like, literally, I don't know how I'm gonna not want everything.
I know. Yeah, you and your sister are gonna have to go through like, it I can't even imagine. I may have to come with you.
You
And
you
just
will.
like
You'll be like, "Come on, you don't need
I mean,
this pot holder." And I'll
but
be like,
I
"But my mom used it." You know what I mean?
but I may also be like, "Come on, you totally need this pot holder, because
You're
oh
gonna
my
be
god,
no
this
help
is."
whatsoever.
Because it's so cool that there is such sentimental value to that stuff. But I mean, honestly, like nowadays, going back to the China though, like who really does use China? Do you guys use China? I mean, and one of the things that I've always told, my kids is if you have something, use it. Don't leave it in a thing, don't put it in a
Yeah,
cabinet. Use everything that you have. I heard that from a wise woman once. I can't even remember who it was, but somebody told me if you have stuff, use it. If you have like don't just look at it. Like live your life, use the things, make sure that and if you don't use them, get rid of them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So hopefully the China's not sitting. I think that's why you want a lot of your parents' things is because you use them. They have
right.
value because your parents use them and they have tangible meaning to them because there are traditions attached to them. Whereas a lot of people, they just have China sitting in a cabinet somewhere. Kids don't give a crap about that. Millennials don't care about that because there's no tradition attached to it.
Mm,
Use the things, and then the kids will probably be like, I want it because it has significance. It's kind of like I don't really care about any like I say the jewelry. I don't really care about the monetary figure attached to the jewelry, but like my husband's mom, she's been doing a lot of cleaning out of her stuff because they downsized from a house to an apartment. And she started saying, okay, well, I'm going to start giving some of my jewelry away to like
mm,
my daughter-in-law and my granddaughters and people like that. And so she did that. She gave me some of her jewelry. And I love that because she was like, tell me which ones you like and then you can have them. And I took some of her and I love that I have pieces of her and I wear them now.
mhm.
I'll wear some of her jewelry now because it has sentimental significance. And I think that's the most important thing is it should be sentimental. The thing with
Yeah.
you is that everything is sentimental.
That's the problem, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, I can just see, like, going to, clean out an office, right? And I think my dad's computer is, like, on just a regular table. Like, it's not a fancy desk or anything, it's just a little table. But I'll be like, "But my dad's computer was on this table. Like, how can I get rid of this You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I will attach sentimentality to literally everything they've ever
Mhm.
touched.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be impossible, I think, for me. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I worry that
perhaps the younger generation doesn't. And
yeah,
that's sad that they don't, and hope and maybe they because there's just maybe traditions are dying and
that's sad.
hopefully it's not, hopefully that's not the case, but I think that it probably is. I think that tradition and all that kind of stuff is dying a little bit in this generation, but,
Well,
you
that's a
know
good lesson to everybody to create traditions. If you don't
Right.
have them, make them.
Yeah,
Like,
and
create new
use all the
things.
things. Yeah, use all the things. Don't just save it, don't save it
Yeah.
for a rainy day. Use it every day. Use it on the sunny days too, you
That's a
know?
good lesson because I remember my mother-in-law, who's actually now passed away, she was insistent that when my husband and I got married, that we register for China, like for fancy China. And so we did. And we got a lot of fancy China, which we have, but we use it. Like so
Yep.
and we do only use it for the special occasions because I'm always afraid I'm gonna break something.
Yeah.
So, but we get it out like on Christmas and we always have Christmas dinner
Thanksgiving
on
and
yeah.
Easter and all that. Yeah, you like use it. Yeah.
Yeah.